Hey, welcome to Pathetic the Podcast. We hope you all enjoyed your July 4th long weekend. Hope you celebrated safely. I was celebrating safely. We had our Walmart fireworks, which are usually pretty safe and blah, also, by the way. But we had a great time. Mikey, what about you? How was life out there in PA?
Oh, it was wonderful. I had a beautiful weekend by the pool. Uh, Cocktails, hamburgers, hot dogs, ribs, sausage and peppers, you name it, I ate it this weekend. It was a smorgasbord of deliciousness. Jeff, how was your fourth?
Oh man, I went full Joey Chestnut on those hot dogs. I mean, my over under, I lost count. So it was awesome. We did a little party on my pool deck out here. Uncle Ted, you were there one time. It's like a nice little
Yeah, it's real
patio
nice.
with some
Yep.
grills. The whole complex was out there. But some Jack Tool lit fireworks off at like 1 o'clock in the morning from the roof
Oof.
in the apartment complex, which is highly illegal. I'm
Highly.
assuming there were some arrests made, but outside of that, it was an absolute blast. We had a great time.
It was really a fun weekend. I wound up spending 3 days in a row around my grandchildren, and I'm completely exhausted.
Oh,
I
I can
mean, I mean,
imagine.
I mean, they're just. We're in the pool 2 days. We went to the beach a day. It's exhausting and it's expensive. So I mean, those
Yeah.
those are the things. But
Yep.
it's hard. I thought the timing of this was really bad. I mean, you don't make the Met Yankee Subway Series on a July 4th holiday weekend,
I know.
because it was really difficult to, I look like a real idiot, excusing myself from the beautiful 88 degrees by the pool and going inside to watch the game. But I did it anyway.
Oh
And,
yeah.
but it was a very interesting weekend. As a Met fan, we paid the Yankees back a little bit. But I want to get your guys' take on what's going on with the Yankees, because I know the Yankees won that last game, but I got to tell you, I came out of that weekend feeling a lot better about the Mets, because I know that we're getting some pitching back, so that's going to be a help.
hmm
The one thing that I don't think we can ever argue about this team, especially with Mendoza as the manager, this team never lacks heart. Never. They never lack heart. They come out of nowhere sometimes. But Mike, what did you take out of the weekend?
So, couple things. One, I am completely done with DJ LeMahieu. That play on Sunday that could have gotten Max Fried out of that inning and let him pitch into the sixth, probably into the seventh. I think I could have made that play, and I just play company softball games once a year at second base. I mean, that was not a hard hit ball, and his defense is a problem there at second base. I think Jazz needs to be the full-time second baseman, and they need to go out and get a third baseman somewhere, because you can't have Peraza or whoever doing that, because they can't hit. They hit as much as I can, and that's not much at all. But the defense is a problem, especially in times when it's close. I think, Jeff, you brought that up one of the other weeks where it was, in a bad spot. The defense never seems to be there, except for Bellinger there on Sunday.
hmm
But the pitching is a big problem. I mean, the bullpen over the last week has been a 10 ERA for that bullpen,
Yep.
and a bunch of guys who are not doing well. It's really concerning to me, and they're going to have to make some moves. Cashman's going to have to pull some magic out of his hat again in order for us to remain in this American League East race. Jeff, what are you thinking there?
Yeah, listen, my level of concern for the Yankees is not in panic mode yet, but it's getting high in the concern chart. There's no question about it. I was not pleased with this series at all whatsoever. Even though we avoided the sweep, you were supposed to win that game. You should have blew them out that day. You had Max Fried on the mound versus a pretty bad bullpen right now. So that should have been an easy game, and it was anything but easy. But you just talk about the bad fundamentals. They never get a big hit in the clutch. Like the Yankees' wins always come from just smacking around the opponents in the beginning of the game and then just destroying a bad bullpen, right? If it's a close game, the Yankees never win, except every now and then, but nowhere near enough, right? And Aaron Boone, constantly saying everything is great, things are awesome. Things are not great right now. They're really not. And I like Boone, and I understand what he's trying to do. I don't want Boone to be like a Tom Coughlin where he's, starting to yell at people and yell at the media. Just, be yourself. But it's time to look in the mirror. And the Yankees have some problems. Rodon, who you know me, I always wax poetic about the guy. He was terrible. And my concern with Rodon, which has always been consistent, in a big game, I don't trust him. You know what I mean? Like when the chips are on the line, he tends to fumble, and that scares me a little bit. But I have to bring up one positive here. That play by Goldschmidt in left field in Game 3 was the play of the year. It was one of the best plays I've seen in a really long time. And you got to give Goldschmidt. Did I say Goldschmidt?
Wait,
I meant
you mean
Bellinger.
Bellinger.
Bellinger,
yeah.
fault. Right. Sorry about that, Bellinger. But Goldschmidt, I was going to say, did have a really big part of that play because he didn't telegraph the throw, right? So Lindor didn't slide. Now, the first base coach should have told him to get down, Lindor, but that was a good job. What a play by Bellinger,
Great
though.
Play. Great.
And you got to think.
Just a great play.
That saved the game because if that gets by him, I forget what the exact score was. I think the Mets maybe would have tied it there.
I think
the
we were
game's
down
over.
by 1. We were down by 1 when that happened. Yeah.
The Yankees don't win that game. If the Mets tie it there, the Yankees definitely do not win that game. They never do.
And one thing I'll say as well is, Mendoza, what are you doing pitching to Aaron Judge with a base open in that game on Sunday? I was perfectly fine with it because it was the first pitch too, which he didn't even get a chance to get into it, and all of a sudden you just have him just hit the ball completely out of the ballpark. Like I'm sitting there, there's a base open.
Yeah.
You're in this game. And that ultimately cost them even more than the Bellinger play, was that they pitched to Aaron Judge in that spot because you can't pitch to him there. You just can't.
No. Yeah. That was awful. It really was.
But it's a dangerous time. It's a dangerous time for the Yankees. They have Seattle and Chicago coming up. And the way they're playing, they can easily get swept here in both of those series. And they can go from being in first place a few weeks ago, up 3 or 4 games, to being like 6 games behind if they really screw this up. So, the Yankees have to really take a hard look and fix what's going on, because it's very hard to watch right now.
I'm really hoping that even with Senga and Minaya coming back, I'm really hoping that the Mets can. There's rumors about them getting that guy Keller from Pittsburgh, which that would be big. Put him in the starting rotation. But I don't know. I was very happy to come out of there with 2 wins. I think Soto finally, I don't know if maybe Soto heard me screaming about him not hitting with runners in scoring position. He finally, got some really good knocks with guys on base and drove him in. I got to tell you, the one thing I get so annoyed about is all these announcers that love to pick on not only Mets but Yankees when they have gaffes on the base paths, or they're all talking about why did Soto lay down that bunt to get it, I guess, to get the runners over to second and third. Now I would say the same thing. Why? But I mean, guys like Sal Licata screaming like a maniac, about that. You know what? How about we just play baseball? I mean, in baseball, a lot of times that was done, even with certain power hitters. They did that. But now, because it's Juan Soto, you can't do it. And here's the other thing. He didn't make the All-Star team. I'm going to be honest with you, and I love Soto. He didn't deserve to be on the All-Star team.
No.
And they're talking about it. It's an egregious offense. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know what egregious is? That David Peterson didn't make the All-Star team. I mean, he's pitched great for the Mets. But whatever it is. And it's the All-Star game. I don't even watch the All-Star game.
Yeah,
so
me neither.
I could give a crap less. I am glad that my boy Pete is not going to be in the home run derby.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up his swing the way he's hitting right now. You don't want to have him touch anything with that swing.
Not at all. Not at all. And I'll tell you, a guy who is this close to where I'm saying you're going down is Vientos. Mark, you're this close. And then you know what? You could put on that Syracuse Mets jersey, and you can go with your boy Alvarez, and learn how to hit a damn ball. Okay,
He's your Anthony Volpe.
Yeah. Speaking of that, how about his father getting into a fight in the stadium?
I saw that.
I
saw that.
Listen, as his father, I'm sure he doesn't want to hear somebody yell, "Volpe, you suck," this and that. But you're going to start a fight, and it's just come on, man.
It's a weird one, right?
Jersey Italian guys don't like to get their kids getting made fun of in the stands. It just doesn't work. That's what it is. And he's the nicest guy. I mean, he gave my nephew a card. They saw him in the stands at opening day. He saw my nephew, and he gave him like a Volpe rookie card from inside of his little stash that he had, just because the kid was like so into Anthony Volpe. So he is a nice guy. I will give him that. But
yeah. But when he saw your nephew, his son hadn't thrown a ball and hit Aaron Judge in the face.
Oh, God.
Error, not hit with scoring position.
I can live with the errors. I can live with the errors and the strikeouts. That ball to Aaron Judge's face, that was the worst thing he did all year. I was like, what the heck just happened? But I don't know. With his dad, I kind of understand. I don't know. You can't start a fight in the stands with a fan, especially if you're the dad of a player, because that reflects bad on Volpe. But I don't know.
Go to the usher and say, listen, this guy's yelling obscenities or whatever he's yelling at. But I mean, I guess he couldn't say that because he responded with some pretty good obscenities too. Yeah. So, which again, I admire. I'm an obscenity guy.
The one thing I will say is he is still driving in runs. He's got 48 RBIs already this year.
That is crazy.
Which is, he had 60 all of last year. So we're 90 games in. You're at 48 RBIs. If you have Anthony Volpe driving in 90 runs this year, I mean, I'm going to take that every single time. I don't care about the batting average at that point. If you're driving in that many runs, I'm okay with the way you're going, and you're scoring runs as well. So
I think a lot of those are front loaded. They were front loaded. A lot of those. That's the problem. Like he had a decent start, but if you look at his 3 years, I can't do it with Volpe anymore, man. And I feel bad.
Like he's wearing hockey pads.
I know, and he's just not clutch. He swings at bad pitches, and it seems to be a problem. He doesn't seem confident at the plate. I hate saying I'm done with guys because what if he goes somewhere else and kills it? That's like my biggest fear, letting go of somebody. Yeah. And then who do you replace him with? Like Isaiah Kiner-Falefa? Like there's really no one to replace him with.
Don't they have a guy down in the minors that's supposed to be there? Like he's playing shortstop, and he's like, he's supposed to be better than Volpe. I don't know the guy's name. I don't follow the Yankees prospects as
I don't think so. I mean, I saw them last weekend in Lehigh Valley. I didn't think there was a shortstop guy, but in Scranton, but he might be lower. But that's still a couple of years off. If he's lower than Scranton, if he's at Somerset or Hudson Valley, that's at least 3 or 4 years away. In which case, you're going to have to let Volpe do his thing because you're all in on him at this point. You can't really go back on what you're saying because it's just you got
to ride it out.
Yeah.
But
George Lombard Jr. Oh, he's recently been promoted to Double-A Somerset.
So, right. So you're looking at least 2 or 3 more years.
Minimum
for him.
If he's ready. If he's even ready at that time. But the Yankees need a pitcher because Clark Schmidt went down with Tommy John, which is a devastating blow. I haven't even seen an update on Luis Hill recently when he's coming back, but we can really use him.
I heard they're talking about. I heard today Morash was talking about him possibly being back by the trade deadline.
Oh, okay. Because we need him. We do because you can't just Fried the last couple of outings wasn't great, but even when he's bad, he's given up 3 runs. You should still win that game.
Yeah,
oh no. But that's what I'm saying. That's all we have now, right? Like Rodon, he'll give you the good games, right? But I don't fully trust him, right? Especially in the playoffs. So with the Clark Schmidt one, that was a really bad injury. So the Yankees have other problems they got to fix too. So there's some holes in this boat that the Yankees have to get over. But with the Mets, it's just the ebbs and flows of the season. It's so funny. Yeah. Last year we were like, oh, what the heck's going on? The Mets stink. The Yankees are back. And now the Yankees stink and the Mets are back. Right. Well, and the good thing for the Mets is this is going to be a 2-horse race in the NL East. The Yankees have a pool right now of teams, right? Yep. The Red Sox are the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Rays are all within 3 games of each other.
Yeah.
And then you have obviously Toronto 3 games ahead. So it's going to be a 4-horse race between these teams.
It's going to be
which
interesting.
It's going to be interesting, but it'll be fun to watch. That's
It
for
is.
sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, listen, I'm always glad when the Subway Series is over.
Yeah.
Because it's like, as a Met fan, I don't want to lose to the Yankees. I'm sure the
Right.
Yankee fans don't want to lose to the Mets. Nobody
No,
wants
and
to.
those
in your
games are always
backyard.
magnified so much
Yeah.
more. There's such a bigger eye on them. Everything is scrutinized, every little thing. If they were playing, the Mariners, those 3 games, I don't think it's as big of a. I mean, it is a big
Oh,
deal that
yeah.
they lost 6 in a row, but I don't think every single thing is getting scrutinized as much as it is when it's a Subway Series game.
For sure.
What would today have been like if Bellinger doesn't make that catch?
Right. Or they walk Judge there and Stanton strikes out after him.
Right. That would
Yeah.
have been insane. You would have had BT already came on today and said get rid of everybody, sell everybody.
Of course, yeah, I heard
Yeah,
that. He's always thinking
he's a
of rat.
clown.
Speaking of WFAN, you want to know this is kind of childish, but you want to know the real reason. You want to know the real reason why I don't want to lose to the Mets? It's not because of you, because we'll break a little bit of balls, but nothing
But
too
not that
crazy.
bad.
What's his name? Tommy Lugauer.
Loogie.
Dude, I can't deal with it. All right. Yesterday he tweets "little brother lost" or whatever. Like, what do you like? Just stop.
I
Enough.
saw that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's like playing a character. It's not even really him doing it. Like
Yeah.
that's the reason why I want to beat the Mets so bad.
Positive
You know what
Tommy.
I mean? Which is
him and KFC from Barstool. Those 2 guys together are very difficult to be a Met sympathizer in a lot of cases, especially when they're playing the Yankees. So
yeah. Well, listen, that is what it is. We know, but other than that, it was really a great weekend. We've got a lot of bad weather coming up here into this area for the rest of the week. So I don't know what the rest of the week's going to be like. Are they going to be able to get all the games in? Who the heck knows? But it's going to be interesting. It's we're getting into the meat of the summer. My wife always says once July 4th comes, the summer just flies by. So we're
I saw the pumpkin Reese's peanut butter cups in CVS over the weekend for Halloween.
Pumpkin Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, for the Reese's, like the pumpkin shaped ones. The
the pumpkin. Yeah.
They're not pumpkin.
The pumpkin shaped ones for Halloween. They were in CVS over the weekend. So
that's a little early.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think I want to eat those.
No.
In October at this point.
I used to think that they were rushing the marshmallow peeps when it was just for Easter. They were yellow peeps. But then, and I'm looking at it and it's like June and I see yellow peeps. I'm like, dude, come on. Easter's like 10 months away. But it turned out it was a 7-Eleven and they had them left over and they were all stale and disgusting.
They make them right by my house here, the peeps.
Do they really?
They do Peeps, Mike and Ike's, and hot tamales. They make in the same factory right near my house.
Hot tamales are delicious. That's the most underrated candy. Hot tamales.
That's like a hot cinnamon, right?
Yeah.
Like cinnamon.
It's
like a Mike and
Ike's, really. Yeah.
Exactly.
We should do a show. Our top 5 candies.
I'll do
it. I'll do it now. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Well, no.
Oh my god! I can name them right now
because
I won't.
I want to definitely. We're going to do that. That's going to be awesome. And I want to hear Mikey's are going to be great. I can tell you that right now. Right. Jeff, I went to the movies with him one time. We went to see, I think, Young Frankenstein.
We did.
It was a special weekend where they put it back in the theaters. And I go up there, I get a large popcorn and I get like a ginger ale or a vanilla Coke or something like that. Mikey gets the popcorn, the blue slushy,
extra large blue slushy. It was like a 48-ounce slushy. You gotta share the picture with everyone of me holding the popcorn and the slushy going into this movie theater.
I'm definitely gonna put that in. And then didn't you get like pretzel bites or chicken
cookie dough bites? Cookie dough bites.
And also a box of candy, I thought.
Yeah.
It's like you're bringing a 6-year-old.
Exactly.
The movies.
My wife will say the exact same thing.
It's great. But all right, so let's move on to a couple of things. Mike had some very interesting picks for us. for this past weekend. So, Mike, let's recap them. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's save yours for last because I love yours. I love the way yours went down. Let's talk UFC with Jeff. Jeff, we haven't had a UFC pick in a few weeks. I think kind of you were licking your wounds a little bit. You had a couple of bad weeks. We were nervous about you. I checked in on you a couple of times. So let's jump right back on the horse. Get on the horse. Let's have some UFC for this weekend. Jeff, take it away.
All right. So we had a little bit of a recovery, had a couple of losses in a row. So we're going to get back on the horse, as you said. So we'll do a 3-legged parlay. This is actually a free fight night, UFC. So it's not a pay-per-view. So you guys can watch, I guess it's on ESPN or ESPN Plus. So we'll do the last 3 fights up to the main event. Great fights, actually, just looking at these. This is the first time I'm looking at them, actually. I'm going to do Calvin Kattar, who's actually an underdog in this fight, beating Steve Garcia.
How do you spell Kattar? I'm right.
Kattar is Kattar. He is a small underdog, plus 15 over Steve Garcia.
Okay.
And let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I'm going to do, this is a big favorite. I'm going to do Gabriel Bonfim, who's minus 400 over Stephen Thompson. So Stephen Thompson, this is probably his retirement fight, I would guess. He's pretty long in the tooth. He's been around for a while, and I think he's fighting close to his hometown here, too. So this will probably be the last one. Then we got a heavyweight fight for the main event. Heavyweight fights are awesome because they always end quick, like immediately. Somebody gets knocked out. The question is who. I hate betting heavyweights because it can go either way because they both knock guys out. I'm going to go Taliesin Teixeira. You know what? I'm going to get crazy. I'm going to do the underdog. I'm going to do Derek Lewis with the upset, knocking out Taliesin Teixeira. That's plus 210.
Ooh, that's a big underdog.
That's about a 7-1 parlay for the 3 together.
Yep. So the big one, obviously, is Derek Lewis over Teixeira. But with heavyweight, especially in the UFC, you guys obviously know what it is, right? They have small gloves. They have the small gloves. So anybody can get knocked out if the right punch lands. So why not? Let's do it. We'll do Derek Lewis over Teixeira by knockout.
All right. There you go. Those are Jeff's UFC picks. I think I'm going to bet your first 2, and then I'm going to bet both of them in a parlay, like 2 3-legged parlays.
Mm-hmm.
So this way I cover both.
I like it.
The favorite and the in the heavyweight one. Mikey, what do we say? Mikey Mush. We want you to recap what you picked last weekend, and then give us your normal, regular, run-of-the-mill pick for this week.
All right. So, unfortunately, the hot dog missed by a single hot dog.
Ugh.
We should have been. I don't know how he didn't get there. I was counting them as he was eating them, and I could have sworn he was at like 7. That last one he put in as the clock was expiring, I thought would have been 72 to get us the over, but we were one hot dog short for Joey Chestnut. Obviously, he won. He lapped the field basically. I think the second place guy had 48 and he had 70 and a half. So, it wasn't even close. There was nobody pushing him. If there was somebody pushing him, I think he easily goes over that number. But, tough one there. But if we go to Pesapalo, we had 3-0 parlay winners. We had Ala Jarve winning in penalties. So they must have won some sort of overtime, I guess. The Havinka won 1-0, and the Genesu won 1-0. So we were 3-0 on Pesapalo last week. So hopefully you did that after you lost the hot dog. You made some of those cheddar goldfish up with the Pesapalo picks. But 3-0 there. Still
Mikey,
on.
Wait, I just got an update. Cashman's actually talking with the Halinka team, and I heard Volpe's name was involved. So something's going
to
on.
Finland?
Going to Finland.
All right. Well, it's like that Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin goes to the London Silly Nannies when he's on the Patriots. Yeah,
exactly.
So, but for this week, I have a twofer for the people. It is the World Championships of Water Polo going on. So I have a men's pick and I have a women's pick because we are equal opportunity on this podcast. So for the women's pick or the men's pick, I'll do first. It is a home match for Italy. I am going to take Italy to win. They are plus 400 to win the World Championships. So I will definitely take them on the men's side. And for the women's side, I'm going to also go with my heritage. I'm going to take the U.S. women plus 175 to win for those two. So Italian-American, Italian men, American women, water polo this weekend. I think that it starts on Friday, and I think it runs through the weekend in terms of the World Championships. But take those two, and let's keep the winning streak going. We are smoking hot on the Mikey Mush's picks here.
All right. I think we had a glitch there, but I think we're back. Maybe the glitch was on my end. So, Mike, quick question. Who were the favorites, men and women, in water polo? Do you know that?
So the favorite for the women is Spain. Spain is plus 140. Women, U.S. women is the second choice for that. And then for the men, the Spain is also the favorite for men at plus 300, but Italy is the third choice at plus 400 behind Hungary, Serbia, Spain, and then Italy. So,
okay. So
U.S. is plus 800 for the men. So if you're going to go all American, that would be a nice bit of cheddar goldfish. You do 800 for the men and plus 170 for the women would be a nice little.
And if you parlay them, that's going to be even better.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so. All right. So we're going to be rooting for Italy in water polo, U.S. women in water polo. We've got your 3 UFC picks. Guys, let's just take it easy this week. Let's take a deep breath. We had the Mets Yankees, got us all wound up. We'll take a deep breath. And when we come back next week, let's see where we're at. Jeff, I'm going to see you on Saturday live and in color. So maybe what we'll do is we'll hop on somewhere and say hello to everybody. And, even if it's just me and him being stupid, standing in the yard, but whatever it is, it is.
That's easy for us to do.
Yeah, I have no problem doing that. Mikey, work on what we were talking about, and I will talk to you later. Everybody, please, in the bottom corner, look at our link tree, like and subscribe. See us here on YouTube. Listen to us on whatever platform you listen to your podcasts on. Send us an email. That's a good one. Send us an email to our Gmail. Pathetic pod? Hold on one second. I don't even know what it is. Is it pathetic?
we never know what it is.
We never. Isn't that unbelievable? We never know what that stupid email is.
Listen, we're like the Three Stooges with technology.
We really are.
People know that already.
We might be the dumbest people doing that. I can't even see it. Okay, it's Patheticthepodcast at gmail.com. Do me a favor. Send us your top 5 candies. Okay? Your top 5 candies. And then we're going to put ours together. And maybe on the next show, we'll have that all set for you. But until then, we'll see you soon, everybody. Enjoy your week. Thanks for having us. And thanks for having us in your homes. And everybody, guys, have a great week.
See ya.
Boo.